Welcome to Learn the Sky. My name is Janine, and I am the creator here at this channel. And I wanted to give you guys an update here in June of 2023. I haven't posted a video for a while because I have been so busy working behind the scenes, building things up and participating in research, all kinds of stuff, which I will share with you. But in the time that I last posted, we did reach 50,000 subscribers. And this is really exciting for me. This channel has definitely gone through its evolutions over time, but ultimately I'm really thankful for your support. I appreciate the views, I appreciate the comments and the dialogue about what you guys see in the sky and trying to answer your questions. It's definitely a challenge sometimes, but because I'm not the expert in everything, nobody really is, but I try, and I thought in celebration we could do a Q&A video. So if you leave your questions in the comment section below, I will work on creating a Q&A video. Maybe I'll even put myself on the screen to just talk with you guys and answer the questions you may have. I see other creators do this, and I always appreciate it because I like to learn a little bit more about the person who is creating content that I love so much. All right, so now on to our update of what I've been up to these past few months. I've been wrapping up some research projects I've been a part of. I had a recent job change, and then I've added some new team members to Learn the Sky, and I'm excited to introduce them to you. So last June in 2022, I talked to you guys about a research program I was recently accepted to. And this program is called NITARP. It stands for NASA IPAC Teacher Archive Research Program. And the purpose of this is to provide educators with an authentic research experience and then share that experience beyond, not just in your classroom, but beyond. So I attended the AAS conference in Seattle, Washington in early January. And this was really exciting. My team, which is called FIRES, and I'll explain what that means in a second, we were there to present and discuss our education efforts as well as the science we did throughout that year of research. So this was my first scientific conference I ever attended. I've attended educational conferences, but not science conferences. So this was really different for me and really very formative. Here is the FIRES team. FIRES stands for Finding Infrared Excess in the SCIP. This stands for Spitzer Enhanced Imaging Products, and this is the catalog we used. So we were there to display our research and talk about it to other scientists. And this was a really rewarding experience. These are the teachers. This is Anna, Jeff, and Olivia, and myself. We were the FIRES teachers, but then we also had students come along with us to experience not only this conference, but they did participate in the research as well. We also presented the education poster that we created talking about NGSS and how we're really using NGSS by participating in research. And I will talk about this more in later videos because this was a big shift in how I started teaching. So I'm excited to share that with you. But for now, this is just an update. It was cool to learn more about the Spitzer Space Telescope, used actual databases that scientists use. And this is where we also got to meet all of the participants in NITARP for 2022, the class of 2022 and 2023. So we didn't get to do this the year prior because of COVID. And this was fun. We got to see some really great talks. I admit a lot of it was over my head. So we attended the NASA press conferences, and these were a lot of fun because we understood a little bit more about what was going on. It was more on our level. And then in the big conference hall, there was all kinds of vendors there, people from different telescopes all around the world. It was so much fun. And I was crazy about the hyperwall. I would just sit here and watch these lectures off this huge screen. It was so much fun. The swag was fun. There were photo ops. Here is my team from my high school that I was with. And they learned how to network. It was so awesome to watch. Again, the hyperwall was so much fun. We explored Seattle a little bit. We were able to visit the market right on the coast there, and some of these pastries were amazing. But honestly, the most rewarding piece of all of this was seeing my students get up in front of professional scientists and talk about the research they participated in. And we had to practice for this, and they did a really great job. I was just so proud of them, and to have the opportunity to travel not just once but twice with these 4 groups of students was just really awesome. It's an experience I'll never forget. I got to see them turn into these very confident students, being able to express not only scientific concepts but what they learned as well. It was really great. I enjoyed working with my team, the Fires team, and just getting to meet everybody that's involved in this NITARP program. It's just so wonderful. I really hope to share more with you about it in the future. I also wanted to share with you that I recently went through a job change. I went for teaching high school most of my 15-year career to now teaching middle school. And for most of my career, many of you may not know this, but I primarily have taught biology and medical science. So now I'm only teaching earth science, and it's so much fun because I get to focus on being more creative in this subject. And while I enjoy teaching biology, sometimes I felt like I just needed a change. It was also great to just be closer to my home. I had a very long commute going to teach at this school, and now I'm just much closer to home. Another piece of news I'd like to share with you is that I have some new team members helping me out with all the work behind the scenes. I'd like to introduce you to Abby and Abby. They are so helpful helping me manage social media, the videos, the everything, subtitles, you name it, whatever I ask them to do, they are capable of doing. And I love working with them because they encourage me to be brave, such as getting on TikTok to reach a different generation. So it's been wild actually, because after all these years of making videos, you think TikTok would be easy, but for me, it is harder to film that kind of content. I don't know why, but you can check me out on any of these platforms and just know I've got these wonderful ladies helping me behind the scenes. And I also have a new computer. This is my other teammate. This has been a long time coming, and I finally have a computer that can keep up with the amount of work I have, the amount of storage I need, and it can think as fast as I do. So on my summer break, while I usually get some sun, rest, and travel, I still will be doing all these things, but I'm also ready to record. It's been brewing and stewing, and I just can't wait to share what we've been working on behind the scenes. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Remember, submit a question if you have one, and I'll work on a Q&A video. As always, thank you for your support. Remember, keep going outside, bring a friend with you, and as always, keep looking up.